What's up, everyone? David Seven Skies here, broadcasting from the Seven Skies Mansion. Today is a great day because I finally get to show you my remix for my friend KSHMR track, Living My Best Life. So if you're new here, before we start, please subscribe and turn on the notification button because every time I post a new video, stick around for an hour. So if you comment, I'll reply and we can start conversation, all that fun stuff. But now, without any further ado, let's jump into the project and let's check this out. So I strongly believe that when you're remixing a song, you need to find the right balance between keeping the original idea and sort of the original elements and also put your own soul into it. So to me, a successful remix is something that doesn't really sound like the original, but at the same time is not completely different from the original. So in this case, I kept the same melody. If you heard the remix, you already know I kept the same melody, but I completely changed the chords and I made them a little bit more moody, I would say. So the first thing I'm gonna show you is the piano. And the piano is done with Contact. And if you know me, Alicia Keys is my favorite piano. I've been using this for years, and this is how it sounds. So this is the main idea. Now, in the intro of the song, though, there is something pretty cool happening, which is this reverse piano over here. And the way I did this is actually very simple. So what you do is you get the chords that I just showed you, the right chords. And now we don't need this last chord, so we're going to delete it. And we're going to extend this. Now we select everything, and here in the MIDI region, we select reverse. And what's going to happen is it's basically going to reverse the MIDI. So what you get is now this. Which harmonically isn't really that interesting, and it also kind of sounds very out of tone. So here's the trick. Now after you export it, those chords, what you get is the render file. So if you hit R, what's gonna happen is it's gonna reverse the whole thing, and now it's gonna play the chord progression in the right way, but it's gonna be reversed. So here's the result. Now I put a little bit of RC20. This is one of my favorite plugins, and it's great because it makes the sound a little old sounding, and it's really good, especially for intros and stuff like that. Then over here, you can see the chords, instead of being very long, they are stabbed, and they are layered with a nexus, which is this one. And also with a little plucky sound that is from GETLOW. This one is from, I believe, the Deep House expansion. Yeah, PL Show You. And this is what it sounds like. Now this pluck also goes along the whole drop, but then it's layered with another nexus, which is this one over here. And all together, this is how they sound like. Now, one of my favorite things in this remix is actually a string pad that I put in the intro, and it gives so much warmth and atmosphere, so let's check it out. So this one comes from another nexus. So there's one little trick that I used here. The chords are exactly the same as the one in the piano. The only thing is that I used a gain that basically increases the volume of the string, so you get this crescendo sort of feel, and it sounds really, really good. So if I play it with the piano, this is what you get. So the strings go up in volume and then they go down again 7 dB, which is quite a lot. And this sort of create that tension, it empties the whole track, and then the main piano comes in and it's just like gives you so much joy when all of this happens. Now the drums are quite easy in this song. I mostly used the stems that come from the remix pack, so a lot of sounds in there are gonna be familiar because they are from the original Living My Best Life. However, I kind of felt like I was cheating a little bit just by using the original song drums. So I obviously had to put some of my own drums. Obviously, they're not my own. I just used some samples, but I had to add some more stuff. Also because the vibe of the track was slightly different, and I definitely just also wanted to give a little bit of that Seven Skies sound. So let's check out the drums. All right, drums, as you can see, and as I said already, are mostly from the original song. So you get this claps and little snaps. Then this little percussions. But here are a few elements that I added. And there's this snare fill. Then there's this, which is something that I use quite a lot in my song. It's from a loop that I did, and I reuse it every time. I just chop it differently. Then some tambourine from KSHMR Volume 3. Gives a lot of movement. Because I had this kalimba going on, I just wanted to give this like sort of African and moombahton and reggaeton vibe to it. I know that they're three completely different things. I just wanted to incorporate everything. So you hear some African rhythm here, then here you can see there's a reggaeton rhythm. So I just wanted to give this, I don't know, tribal and very Latin vibe at the same time. Now, another thing we have is this. And then, like I said, there's this reggaeton part of the drums. Again, everything just sounds very tribal, which is exactly what I wanted to give to this song. Now there's some more percussion. Okay, so one of the elements that I'm actually more proud of in this song is definitely the bass, because it sounds super big but super clear. I'm just super proud of this bass, so let's check out how I did it. Now let's start with, this is just a long note drone, and it's a simple detuned bass that you can find in Get Low. There's a lot of Get Low in this song, by the way. And in the first part of the break, actually this bass is automated, so you have no bass. And it interacts really well, again, with the piano. So when the main part of the piano, when the reverse piano ends and the main chords come in, the bass comes in as well, and so it gives a bigger impact as well. So this is the first break part, but let's check out the drop. So the drop bass is 4 layers, 2 get lows and 2 nexus. I can't really show the nexus sounds because they're from a library that is not ready yet. It's going to be released very soon. It's going to be one of the best, literally, I swear to God, it's going to be one of the best libraries that has ever come out in Nexus. And I'm very proud to be part of it. But I can't really show you what it is I'm just very excited about it, but yeah, I'm sorry, I can't really show you what it is. But let's play the whole thing and then I'm gonna go through the different layers. So the first layer that we have here is another get low, and this is the sound. The other layer, one more get low. Obviously everything has LFO tool doing the sidechain. This is the other layer. It's a very deep and subby saw. Here's the Nexus. Can't really show you what it is, but this is how it sounds. Very distorted and kind of like future housey bass. And then this is another Nexus, again from that library that I can't show you. And this basically works as a sub in the whole bass stack. All right, so another very important element in this song is the lead. So like I said before, I didn't want to go too far from the original idea in Living My Best Life. So I really liked the melody, but I didn't want to use the vocal chop. I just wanted to do something a little different by still having the same melody. So what I did was basically playing the melody with a synthesizer. Well, actually a lot of synthesizer in this case. So let's check the lead out. Okay, so we have a lot of leads stacked together in this song. And once again, a lot of those come from the Nexus that I can't really show you, but a lot of them are also from the Tiesto expansion. So let's check them out. So first of all, it's a Serum, and this is how it sounds. This is a super saw with a lot of vibrato, gives a lot of body to the sound. The next one is from the Tiesto expansion, and this is how it sounds. Then we have another one from the Tiesto expansion. This one is really good to have the lead cutting through the mix because it's a very sharp sound. The next lead, it's another very EDM-ish, very sharp sounding lead that helps a lot with cutting through the mix. And once again, it's from the Tiesto expansion. It's called Big Sharp Punchy. Another layer, it's from another Nexus. This one from that library that I can't show you, but this is how it sounds. And then another Nexus, once again from that same library. This is a more Melbourne kind of style lead. And then the last part of the lead come from this one. Again, very sharp. It helps to cut through the mix. So if you listen at all the different layers in this lead, you'll find a mix of very big super saws that are very big and wide and somehow warm. And on the opposite sides, there are a lot of very pointy and sharp leads that help cutting through the mix. So basically what you do with the super saws is you give the body and the weight to your lead, while the very sharp and cut through leads will help giving energy to your lead. And it's gonna help a lot during the mixing because you're gonna have a very sharp lead that cuts through the mix, so you don't have to go crazy with volume and working too much with an equalizer. Now, if we're playing the lead all together, this is what it sounds like. So the last thing I want to talk about is probably my favorite part of the whole remix. It's something that is not in the original, and it's an element that I've been trying to incorporate in my own music for quite some time. For example, it's the same thing that I used in my track with KSHMR Neverland, and I'm talking about the guitar, so let's check it out. All right, so in the second break, we have this guitar that plays along with the reverse piano. So let's check the guitar out and then I'll show you how I did it. Oh, I love this one. So this guitar is done with contact, and I'm sure you've seen this before. I use it a lot. Kashmir uses it a lot, and it's from the Ilya Efimov guitar strum. This is the MIDI for it, and I don't really know how it all works. It takes me forever to figure it out every time, but this is the MIDI. So I basically used pretty much the same chords that you have on the piano. The only thing is that I added this MIDI on top that will help basically create the different articulation of the guitar. So for example, if I was to mute all of these top notes, what you get is this. So basically what this top note do is literally help creating the strumming and obviously help the guitar sound more real and like it's actually being played by someone who knows how to play the guitar, which is definitely not me. Now I've done two different layers. One is in a lower octave, so it tends to be a little bit warmer. And then there's the top one, which is a little bit brighter. And then when you play them together, now on top of the guitar, there is this brass that comes from the original stems. And if you play the whole thing with the piano, the brass, and the guitar, you get an amazing atmosphere, and this is definitely my favorite part of the song, and this is the result. All right, this is it for the song. Obviously, there would be so much more to talk about, but this video would be 6 hours long if I had to go through everything that I've done. But let me know if there's something specific that you want to know. Maybe you want to know about the mixing or about the master. So let me know in the comments. And if enough people are asking for the same thing, I'll definitely open the project again and show you whatever you want to see. If you like the video and if you like the song, put a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you think. And for me, David, Seven Skies, this is it. So I'll see you next time and bye-bye.